What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. What's good? This is your boy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, the Chalk It Up Network, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Thank you guys so much for being tuned into the show. Thank you guys for being locked in on the live stream. I don't take it for granted. I know you guys got a ton of options. You got a ton of opportunities out there to watch different content. You got a lot of people trying to feed you right now. It's a crucial time in sports, but you're still kicking it with me, your boy. And I don't take that for granted, y'all. So make sure you guys smash that like button before you get too comfortable, before you kick your feet up, man. We already got 70 plus people on the live stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button before we get too deep into the content. I want to give a shout out to all my people who are not only tuned in live on YouTube, but also those of you who are not tuned in live, those of you who are watching this on your own time. You got to double back. Maybe you're busy. Maybe your hands is full. Whatever it is, you had to double back and you had to check me out on YouTube. And I appreciate you guys who are watching it on your own time, who are not tuned in live. And also shout out to all of you guys who are listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We make sure we feed everybody in this content space. We want to make sure that Chalk It Up Sports is available to all who need it, all who request it. So that's why you get it on YouTube live. That's why you get it after the fact if you can't catch it live on YouTube. That's why you get it on Apple Podcasts, and that's why you get it on Spotify. So make sure you guys lock in and make sure you guys smash that like button before you get too comfortable. Like I'm saying, man, 88 plus people on this thing. Let's get that like button up. Let's make it match, man. Let's make it match. Let's make it last forever. All right. Now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, let's not waste too much time. Let's get right to the nitty gritty. Okay. I want to address some injury concerns as it pertains to the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Listen, we could spend all day shit talking about the Commanders. We could spend all day doing that, right? That's the easy part. That's light work. But we need to make sure our house is in order before we start criticizing somebody else's house. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's only right. So, as it pertains to the Philadelphia Eagles, right? There are some injury concerns as we enter this NFC championship matchup, this conference championship matchup. There are some injury concerns, right? Now, most notably, the injury that everybody is keeping an eye on is Jalen Hurts. The narrative around the country is, can Jalen Hurts be effective with the bum knee? Will he be as mobile? Will he be as elusive? Will he be able to make an impact or leave his stamp on this game, right? And I'm of the impression, everything I've seen, everything I've heard, Jalen Hurts will be ready to go. He has been a full participant in practice all week. So I'm approaching it from the perspective of this brother has no limitations. And also, I'm approaching it from the perspective of you got to leave it out on the line. You win this game, you got 2 weeks to rest going into the Super Bowl. You leave it all out on the line. You do whatever you got to do to play in this game. You do whatever you have to do to win this game. It's just that simple for me. I'm not overthinking this. I'm not overcomplicating this. The brother said he good. He's been a full participant all week. No limitations. No excuses. I don't want to hear nobody talking about, well, he wasn't at 100%. Nobody is at 100% right now. Not a single soul on the football field is at 100%. So if Jalen Hurts is at 80%, he's going to play. And I expect full participation. I expect the playbook to be fully utilized. I expect Jalen Hurts to do what he normally does. Now, I think there is a notion out there that Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball for some reason. There's this theory that if Jalen Hurts can't run for 40, 50 plus yards like he did against the Rams, light work, then he can't be effective. And the bottom line is no matter what you feel or how you feel about Jalen Hurts, he's going to affect the game. It's just that simple. And I think another storyline that doesn't get talked about enough is the fact that even though Jalen Hurts did tweak his knee in that Rams game, you can tell he didn't want to move too much on that snow because now you're not only dealing with an unstable knee with the brace on it, now you're dealing with the elements and being able to slip and slide, and you can't really plant. So you can tell he didn't want to do too much in that snow after he tweaked his knee. A lot of people don't want to talk about that narrative. Some people will say it's an excuse. I think it's just logic. If you hurt your knee, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna treat ice and snow a little bit differently. You're not going to move exactly how you want to move as you would on dry land. But nonetheless, no holds barred. We're not pulling any punches. You got to leave it out all on the line this week. You got to empty the tank. There are some other injuries that have popped up on the injury report over the past couple of days, and that's Cam Jurgens, Eagles Pro Bowl center, and Dallas Goedert, their number 1 tight end. Now, Dallas Goedert has been nursing an ankle injury since that Rams game, and Cam Jurgens has been dealing with a back injury since that Rams game. Now, they didn't practice on Thursday, and I think it's assumed that they didn't really participate in walkthroughs on Wednesday, but they were spotted at practice today being Friday, right? If you're listening to this on Saturday, whatever it may be, they were spotted at practice on Friday, working up the team, doing warm-ups. Now, we don't know the extent of their participation. We don't know if they were limited, if they were full participants. All we know is that they weren't there on Thursday, and they've been spotted today at practice, suited up. Also on Thursday, we saw Landon Dickerson taking some snaps at center just to be safe. And we saw Tyler Steen at the left guard spot. Now, I know a lot of us have trust in Tyler Steen to get the job done. Tyler Steen has come in on many occasions and relieved Mekhi Becton, Landon Dickerson, so on and so forth. Tyler Steen has plenty of reps under his belt to the point that we should trust him. There are moments with Tyler Steen, though, where he does lack discipline, and he can get caught holding. He can get caught being an illegal man downfield, things of that nature, or a false start. There are moments where Tyler Steen has his moments of incongruency with the rest of the offensive line. But I think that just comes with reps and not being a part of the first team, right? But regardless, though, from what I can tell, from what I can see, based off everything I've read, everything I've seen, it appears that despite the injuries to Jalen Hurts, to Cam Jurgens, to Dallas Goedert, all 3 of those guys will play on Sunday. And I think they understand the gravity of their participation. I think all those guys are going to do everything possible to make sure they are fully ready to go come Thursday and come Sunday. And plus also, we know this as well, right? This is the NFL. Whatever they're going to get those guys pharmaceutically, medicinally, whatever it is, if you're good to go, they're going to shoot you up. They're going to give you something, man. They're going to give you something to make sure that pain is numb. They're going to tape you the hell up. Whatever they got to do, they're going to do it. You feel me? So, and also, I think this is one of the first injuries we really heard of Cam Jurgens all year long. I mean, he's been pretty active. He's been in good shape all year. So, look, it's just wear and tear, man. Like, these guys are getting deeper into the playoffs. No one is 100%. Nobody on the Commanders is 100%. Not even Jayden Daniels, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like there's some phantom injury he has, but at this point in the season, there's no one who's 100%. The football season, the NFL season, the campaign takes so much out of your body. The hits those guys be taking, there's nobody that's 100%. So my mindset is you got to leave it out on the line. There's no need to pussyfoot. There's no need to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The Eagles have come too far. You put in too much work. You've experienced too many trials and tribulations leading up to this moment. You got to go out there and ball like it's your last game. And I fully expect the Eagles to do that, and I fully expect the Commanders to do the same. It's funny. It's funny, right? Before I came on, right? Shout out to you guys for smashing that like button, and shout out to you guys for being engaged as well. Make sure you guys keep it up. Before I came on today, right? Right before I came on, I want to say a few minutes before I came on. My brother called me. He FaceTimed me. Shout out to my brother Aunt Boogie. He called me. My man Aunt Boogie. It's my little brother. He called me and he said, yo, bro, who really stopping this? He probably tuned in right now. He told me he'd be watching, but he said to me, he said, yo, bro, who really stopping this? Who really checking this for real? Like body for body, play for play, quarter to quarter. Who really checking us? Who really stopping us? Who really want it like us? Who really got it like us? And he gave me the strongest battery, man. Like he really charged me up coming into this live stream, because it really got me thinking like, yo, who really stopping us? He was watching the Eagles mic'd up. You know, Jalen Hurts mic'd up. And you know when Jalen Hurts is mic'd up, he hardly really says anything. Sometimes I wonder why they even mic him up. Jalen Hurts he barely talks. Like he didn't even talk when he ran the touchdown in. He didn't even talk. I don't know how you run that far and not take a single breath. That motherfucker too cool. He's too cool. I don't know why they keep micing Jalen Hurts up. He don't say shit. But nonetheless, my brother was watching the mic'd up with Jalen Hurts. You know, they had Zach Bond talking. They heard a bunch of guys talking, right? And he was just saying how, like, bro, I'm watching his team. I'm watching how they communicate. I'm watching the body language. I'm watching the situations they're in. I'm watching how they respond to the situations. I just see a team that can be stopped. I see a team that's on the mission. I see a team that has unbelievable trust in what they're doing. He sees a defense that has an ability to win you football games. And I'm saying to myself, yo, he's right. He's right. He's right. Like really, there hasn't been a defense that has been as consistent, as dominant as the Philadelphia Eagles all year long. And I'm talking all phases. Stopping the run, limiting the pass, holding quarterbacks to completion percentages below their average, holding quarterbacks to lower passer ratings than what they're used to getting, forcing turnovers, getting sacks, tackles for loss, big situational stops, be it in the red zone or be it on third down, be it when the game was on the line. I'm really trying to think to myself, what defense has checked as many boxes as the Philadelphia Eagles? I can't think of another defense that has checked as many boxes as the Eagles. I can't think of a defense left in the playoffs that is better than the Philadelphia Eagles defense. And I can promise you, none of these quarterbacks left have dealt with the Eagles defense in the playoffs like this. Now, obviously, the Commanders played us twice this year, right? But this defense right here, they're on a heater. They're feeling it. They're confident. Guys are hitting it. Guys are making high leverage, high impact plays in high leverage situations. This isn't a defense that should be taken lightly. So I say again, this defense has everything they need. Every time a body went down, next man up. You see, Vic, Simone Stanley said this. Shout out to my girl Simone. Simone said this. Simone said, a lot of people get caught up when one body goes down. What they don't understand is Vic Fangio, he didn't just build up one soldier. He built up an entire army. He got a platoon. He got a squadron. You feel what I'm saying? N'Kobe Dean went down. What Oren Burks do? Step up. Hey, N'Kobe Dean was the green dot. Zach Bond, you the green dot now. What he do? Step up. Brandon Graham went down. Who stepped up? Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt stepped up. Darius Slay throughout the season has missed snaps here and there. Who stepped up? Isaiah Rodgers. Quinyon Mitchell goes down. Who steps up? Isaiah Rodgers. Isaiah Rodgers goes down. Who steps up? Keely Ringo. I'm just saying. Milton Williams, he needs a break on the sideline on that final drive against the Rams. He needs a break. Who comes in? Moro Ojoma. Clutch. I'm sorry that my confidence in the Philadelphia Eagles defense is unwavering. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. I'm sorry if that makes the opposition uncomfortable. And no matter what the opposition wants to tell you, no matter how much they want to convince themselves, they know deep down in their heart they got to deal with that defense on Sunday. They confident, I'm sure. But deep down in the recesses of their heart, they know they got to deal with that defense on Sunday. And even though they got their opinions about Jalen Hurts, shifting gears from the defense, even though they got their opinions about Jalen Hurts, they know deep down in the recesses of their heart, they can't sleep on that man. That's the part about Jalen Hurts that annoys people the most. They look at his game. They don't like it. They see so many limitations. And they ask themselves, how the fuck he keep winning? How the fuck he keep winning? How? Damn. They done did this, they done did that. How does he have the best winning percentage in his draft class? Guys that they say is better than him. Okay, fair enough. They're more talented, okay. But damn, how does he keep winning? It bothers them low-key. It really bothers them. It gets under their skin because all they want is to be able to be proven right. I told y'all Jalen Hurts is ass. I told you Jalen Hurts is mid. I told you he's being carried. I told you. They want to be proven right so bad. They want to be proven right so bad. It's almost sickening. They care more about the success or failure of our quarterback than they do of their own. It's unfortunate. Sometimes I can't explain to myself. Sometimes I can't explain it myself. And I'm going to get to the super chat, you guys. Thank you guys for donating to the channel. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys continue to smash that like button. It goes a long way. We have over 200 people tuned into the live stream. We have 80 likes. The math is not math. And make sure you guys do your jobs here. And smash that like button. Do me a favor. Catch up or get left behind. You know what I love about Jalen Hurts? And his health will be a key factor in this game. Trust me. I'm not overlooking that. Jalen Hurts' health will be a key factor in this game. Believe it. And I fully expect the Commanders' defense to test his mobility. I'll put it that way. Let's try to keep it clean. I fully expect the Commanders' defense to try to test his mobility. But they coordinator, they DC been talking crazy this week. I'm not going to quote nothing he said because he ain't really say nothing profound. He ain't really say nothing enlightening. He didn't really say nothing eloquent or, groundbreaking. He's talking out the side of his face, and that's okay. He gonna have to answer for that. I ain't worried about that, though. Jalen Hurts' health will be a key factor. And best believe, If they say he's a full participant, if they say he's going to play, no limitations, brother. I'm looking at you like you got the ball, kid. Go ball out. You got the ball, kid. It's on you. This team follow where you go. They depend on you. They go as far as you take them. And that's the thing, right? A lot of people look at Jalen Hurts and they ask us, how the fuck do y'all trust this man? How do y'all trust him? How do y'all trust him? I say because he wins. Hey, listen. I don't know what situations you guys have been in or haven't been in your life, but there are certain people in your life where, listen, it don't matter, rain, sleet, or snow. It don't matter what's going on. When they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. It don't matter. It don't matter if they got a setback. It don't matter if they slip. It don't matter if they late. They know, it's coming through. You know what I'm saying? Which one of y'all got that family member that, hey, listen, it may not be pretty. It may not come as you expected, but guess what? They pull through. How many of y'all got that family member that when they around, you just feel like everything gonna be all right, no matter what's going on? Let me ask you all that, right? Let's get a little personal. Let's get a little personal. How many of y'all got that family member where when they around, it could be a cousin, it could be an uncle, it could be anybody. How many of y'all got that one family member that no matter what's going on when they around, shit gonna be okay? Shit gonna be okay. My brother told me that one day. He said, hey, listen, bro. If you say we're going to be good, he said this to me. He said to me, hey, if you say we're going to be good, we're going to be good. I know if you handling it, it's going to be okay. It's going to get done. Hey, I know if you tell me to go, hey, we can go. If you say jump, or it's safe to jump. You feel what I'm saying? That family member that there's a certain level of security that comes with when they're around. That's the vibe. That's the energy Jalen Hurts brings. That's what Jalen Hurts brings to the table. And I'm talking strictly to Eagles fans right now. If you're an op, I don't really care about what you got to say. At the end of the day, we may be cool. We may show love here and there, but you're an op still. You're an op. So I don't really care about your opinion. I'm talking about the people in our own backyard. You got a lot of people that supports this team, that live in this city, that claim to be Eagles fans. And for some odd reason, they can't help but to look to their left or look to their right when what matters the most is right in front of them. They want to keep looking at, oh, look at that quarterback they got. 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 Instead of looking at their own and accepting what they have and being grateful for what they have. You see, sometimes life can pass you by and you don't realize, damn, you don't realize what you got until it's gone. You don't realize what you got until it's gone. And me, sure, I can nitpick Jalen Hurts' game to a million pieces. Of course I can. I'm not blind. I can nitpick Jalen Hurts' game to a million pieces. But why? Why waste time when at the end of the day, the result is wins? Why would I nitpick and crucify and dismantle my starting quarterback, my franchise quarterback, when all he's done since being a Philadelphia Eagle is win? I don't understand that. Because in Philadelphia, where I'm from, where I was born and raised, we respected the blue collar. We respected the guy that had to get it out the mud. We respected the brother that beat the odds. We respect the guy who is the most doubted and the most hated. We thrive in that. We live in that. But I feel like some of y'all have gotten a little too posh. I feel like some of y'all have gotten a little too cute. I feel like some of y'all have gotten a little too arrogant when it comes to the way this game is played and the way this game is graded and assessed. I spoke about this on the Link Up featuring Simone Stanley and Lord Brunson. Make sure you guys go lock in on the Link Up. Go subscribe to that YouTube channel. The Link Up is growing very, very fast. Make sure you guys lock in on that YouTube channel. We're going to be going live from the Link Up or the Link Up YouTube channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed. But some of you guys have gotten a little too posh. And you guys have forgotten what the main thing is. And a lot of you guys assume that these organizations are paying for individual numbers. I mean, sure, individual numbers is how you can judge a guy on whether or not you want him on your team or not, especially like receiver or running back or, you know, edge rusher, guys like that, right? But at least for me, this is how I look at the game. I'm a little bit more pragmatic. I don't rely on parlays and betting and fantasy football to dictate how I view the game. I know a lot of you guys do. A lot of you guys look at fantasy and look at your parlays and say, hey, if he didn't hit this mark, he's mid, he's ass. But I feel like a lot of us, especially Eagles fans, have gotten too far away from what this game is all about. This game is about winning. Winning and losing. Winning and losing. Nothing more, nothing less. People love to overcomplicate it. They love to get into these details. And look, context matters in every situation if you're being logical. Context matters. Context matters. And there are many elements in a game that goes into winning other than the quarterback position. There are many elements that goes into a game other than the receiver position or the running back position or I think the most valuable position on football, the most valuable position group that lends itself to winning or losing is your offensive line. Me personally. I believe the offensive line, more than anything, dictates whether you win or lose, or dictates success or failure. That's just me. But it's not an accident that winning follows Jalen Hurts wherever he goes. It's not an accident. It's not a coincidence. Lady Luck doesn't shine on you that long. You have to bring something to the table that inspires a winning mentality, that invokes a winning mentality, that makes your guys want to go as hard as possible for you. Winning is contagious. That energy, that aura, it's contagious. It rubs off on people. It's something about it. We've seen guys who will have all the talent in the world, but winning doesn't follow them. It doesn't follow them. We've seen guys with talent. We've seen guys play with talent. Winning doesn't follow them for some reason. It just doesn't. But the point I'm trying to get to is, and make sure you guys smash that like button. It means a lot. Make sure you guys stay active. The point I'm trying to get to here is these organizations, when they invest all the money they invest in their teams, they're not investing in these teams so guys can hit their incentives. They're not investing money so guys can get their individual stats. They invest this money because they want to win. And they don't really give a damn what it looks like. They want to win. And they want to win big. Now, there are some organizations that don't care about winning as much as the Philadelphia Eagles. There are some organizations who only care about being relevant enough. They want to have their superstar or two on their rosters. They want to pull people in with tickets, and they want to sell merchandise. There are organizations out there that don't care about winning as much as the Philadelphia Eagles do. But I say, since when was winning not the most important stat? Because although Jayden Daniels is talented and he's shown that he can play this game at a high level, although Jayden Daniels has shown that he is somebody you can trust, especially in high leverage situations, no matter how talented Jayden Daniels is, if he wasn't winning football games for you guys, what would you say about him? What would you say? What would you do? How would you feel? And look, he's a rookie, right? They're still going to build a lot around him, right? They have a lot of cap space. I'm really excited to see what the Commanders do going forward. That's going to be the telltale sign of whether or not they can sustain what they've built thus far. But talent is not enough on this level of football, and I wish people understand that. Talent is never enough. We've seen it. We've seen it time and time again. Talent is never, ever enough. Jalen Hurts is not. And I repeat, and I stand by this. And I got a lot of love for it, brother. Y'all see how I carry it. Jalen Hurts is not the most talented quarterback in football. He's not even top 5 as far as talent goes. He's not. He's not. He's not. That's my opinion. He's not. No one has to agree with that. That's fine. I'm not here for you to agree. I'm not here to change your mind. He's not top 5 as far as talent goes at all. It's not even a question. But when it comes to winning and putting his team in winning situations and keeping the main thing, and always giving his team a shot, and always making the right play, and always making the winning play, and being in the conversation, and always having your team in the big dance, competing for something meaningful, he is in the top 5. He is in the top 5 because winning follows him wherever he goes. These organizations are not paying for individual stats. They're paying for wins. The biggest question these teams ask themselves before they pay a guy, can I win with him? Can I win with him? Not how far can he throw a damn football? Not how pretty is his spiral? Not how many stats he puts up in garbage time. The number one question teams ask themselves before they pay anybody, can I win with him? Can you win with him? How much does he contribute to winning? Does winning follow him wherever he goes? Does he know what to do in crucial situations? Does he make the right play when it matters most? Does he protect the football? Does he always keep your team in it? These teams are not paying for your fantasy football teams. They're not paying so you can win your parlays. They're paying for wins. They make the investments they make because they want to win. The Commanders drafted Jayden Daniels because they felt like he gave them the best possible chance at winning. The Patriots, they decided to move on from Drew Bledsoe and move up Tom Brady, even though Drew Bledsoe at the time was more talented than Tom Brady. That's not a question. But they decided to move on from Drew Bledsoe, even though they just paid him. They decided to move on. They decided to move on from Drew Bledsoe because they felt like Tom Brady gave them the best chance of winning. and having long-term success. And he was cheaper. Of course, there are variables that go into it. The Buffalo Bills, they drafted Josh Allen and they've done what they've done for him. And they haven't given up on him despite his turnover woes throughout his career. They've not given up on him because not only is he talented, but they believe he helps us win. We believe he can help us win. We believe that. Look, man, I'm not here to save babies. I'm not here to change your mind. I promise you I'm not. You have the utmost right to feel how you feel about this game. You can digest this sport the way you want to digest it. You can analyze it the way you want to analyze it. It's a free country. Trust me, a lot of you guys on social media have a very warped perspective about this game, but I'll let you live. I've actually tried to get into the habit of not actually responding to every piece of idiocy that I see on the internet. It's a challenge, though. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. You know, some people just say stupid things, and it's a challenge not to say anything back, but I'm happier in the end when I don't. I saw on social media today they were talking about Josh Allen and how he's, entering this season, he decided to put the team first, and this was the season where he decided to say, forget my stats. I just want to win and focus on winning and make winning the barometer. And I'm like, wait, so you guys do know how to assess this game from that perspective. You're just picking and choosing who you're giving that grace to. I think it was Ryan Clark speaking, I think. It was on ESPN's Get Up show, I think. They spoke about how Josh Allen has put winning at the forefront this year. That's why his stats aren't as gaudy. And we know Josh Allen can throw the ball. We know Josh Allen can put up big numbers. We know that for a fact. And I actually do agree with him. Josh Allen has put winning at the forefront. He's put his ego to the side. He cares more about winning this year than anything else. So does that imply that winning wasn't at the forefront for him previous years? And also, that begs the question, who else are we giving that kind of grace to? Or who aren't we giving that grace to? Because I could have swore, despite how you guys feel about Jalen Hurts' skill set, the one thing that matters most to him is winning. And he's always, from the get-go, put his numbers, his production to the side for the greater good of winning the game. Because he understands that at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you're going to be judged by your win-loss record. You're going to be judged by the championships. You're going to be judged by all those things. No one's going to pay attention to the minutia and the nuances of how you got your numbers. They're going to say, hold on, wait, this kid was a dual-threat quarterback. He got it with his arms and with his leg. He won big football games. His win-loss record is immaculate, and he's won a Super Bowl. That's when it's all said and done, legacy isn't defined by just your numbers. Now, sure, your numbers can get you into the Hall of Fame, right? But true legacy, true adoration from your peers, when you're able to sit at that table, and Jalen Hurts has an opportunity to sit at that table. But first, you got to take care of business in this NFC Championship game. When it's all said and done, you see, Jalen Hurts is not playing for now. He's playing for the future. He understands what real legacy means. He understands what real legacy is. Anyway, let me get to you guys' comments. Let me get to your super chats. And also, by the way, I really do appreciate my Eagles fans for being here. I definitely appreciate the ops for being here, because you know what it tells me? It tells me whatever's going on that side ain't popping enough. Whatever's going on that side, whatever's going on the opposition side, it clearly ain't popping enough. It ain't popping enough. I get it. I get it, man. I get it. It ain't popping enough. So you got to come to our parties. I get it, man. I get it. No harm, no foul. Just make sure you guys, keep it PG when you visit. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys wash your hands before you touch our woman. Wash your hands before you drink our liquor. Wash your hands before you eat our food. Wash your hands before you enter our fridge. Wash your hands before and after you leave our restrooms. It's okay. We appreciate you guys for being guests. We totally understand that shit not popping like it is on this side. We get it. We get it. Trust me, we get it, y'all. But y'all heard what I said. Be respectful guests. Take your shoes off at the door. Speak to my mother when you see her. Speak to my father when you see him. Speak to my grandmother when you see her. When my brother dap you up, you better not look him in the eye. Wash your hands before you get to the food table. Wash your hands before you talk to our women. It's just that simple. Woo, I can't wait for this game on Sunday, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for this game on Sunday. I can't wait because you got a lot of new age Commanders fans here. You got a lot of Commanders fans that ain't never really seen success. You got Commanders fans here they're a little uppity. They're a little uppity. They ain't never seen a Super Bowl before. They ain't never seen a conference championship before. I get it. I got more respect for the OG Washington fans than y'all young niggas. I got more respect for the OGs who've been locked in on their Commanders or they Redskins or they Washington football team. I got more respect for the old heads that been through the mud. I got more respect for the OGs that had to watch Doug Williams come in and do what he did. Shout out to the legend, Doug Williams. The legend. The legend. I got more respect for the old heads that watched Doug Williams get his back kicked in from racists. They told Doug Williams, you'll never be able to make it in this league. He had to deal with prejudice, racists, guys that was never really giving him a fair shot. He came to Washington and won big. Got a lot of respect for Doug Williams, but you young motherfuckers, you young whippersnappers don't know. Y'all don't know the grind. All y'all know is mediocrity. So humble yourself and appreciate that you're here. Appreciate that you get to grace the football field with the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship. Appreciate the luxury, my G. Appreciate the privilege. Let me get to these super chats. Let me get to these super chats, man. I'm having too much fun. Oh, man. Let me get to the super chat. Oh, man. Appreciate you guys for locking in. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys are tuned in to Chalk It Up Sports on the Chalk It Up Network, where it don't matter if we win or if we lose. We just got to charge it to the game. Oh, man. All right. Oh, that was fun. Okay. My man S. Blunt with the super chat. Thank you, big dog. He says thoughts on their DC trying to punk Jalen Hurts. Man, I ain't worried about old head at all. Listen, Blunt, I'm not worried about old head at all. Trust me. I ain't worried about him. Promise you I ain't worried about him. He ain't saying nothing profound. I ain't worried about G. Goldsmith Grady was good. He says, and thank you for the super chat, Goldsmith. He says, I can be critical at times, but I personally believe Hurts is the best quarterback we've had since McNabb. Who else has led us to 2 NFC chips besides them guys? It's a good point, man. Hey, listen, Grady, I had my own opinion about Donovan McNabb, right? But regardless of my opinion, I can acknowledge that brother he won a lot with the Eagles. He won a lot. And I would be ungrateful. I would be remiss if I dismiss what he's done for the Philadelphia Eagles organization. I think it's remarkable what Donovan McNabb was able to do in Philadelphia. I even think it's remarkable what Jalen Hurts has been able to do in Philadelphia, despite those who have their opinions about him. And it's going to be really exciting to see Jalen Hurts win this game. It's going to be really exciting. Thank you, Grady, for the super chat. Rel Blunt with the super chat. Thank you, my guy. Excuse me. He says, Tone, it's some Eagles fans mad at it's some Eagles fans that are mad at Jalen Hurts for winning. Bro, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, man. They want it to look different. And I know what that means, if you ask me. But Rel, man, listen, the way I was brought up, the way I grew up, man, my dad used to say, listen, I don't care how you get it done. My mom used to say, listen, I don't care what they talking about. You better get it done. Hey, I don't care how much time you got left. Get it done. I don't care what the teacher said. Get it done. My dad used to be like, listen, it better not be no dishes in my sink. I don't care who do it, how you get it done. Get it done. Get it done. You know what I mean? When I was in college, I could tell my parents about whoop whoop and whatever happened. I don't care. Get it done. Succeed. In this household, we only know success or failure. Which side you want to be on? When you see your parents grind and get it from the mud, there is no in between. There is no time to nitpick how, who, when, where, what. There's no time to nitpick those details. Did you succeed or did you fail? Did you succeed or did you fail? That's the kind of household I come from. That's the kind of household I was brought up in. Call it healthy, call it unhealthy. Say what you want about it. Say what you want about it. There was only two categories, success or failure. Did you get it done or did you not get it done? Now, my parents always wanted me to give him my best effort. As long as they saw my effort, they could live with the results, though. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're not going to win everything. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed all the time. But their biggest thing was effort. What did you do? Can you say unequivocally that you did your best? Can you say unequivocally you put yourself in the best possible position to succeed? Or did you put yourself in the best possible position to fail? Which one? Which one? Because we know. We know already. We just want to know if you're going to tell the truth. We just want to know where your self-awareness at. Did you put yourself in the best possible position to succeed, or did you put yourself in the best possible position to fail? Did you give it your all? Were you as dedicated as you claim you were? Because we can see it. We know. Are you going to tell the truth? So my perspective on Jalen Hurts is a little different than most. That brother wins. And he wins a lot. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you for the super chat, Rel. My man Green Wingman, back-to-back super chats. Let's get to these. He says, winning stopped mattering once the league got on their knees for sports betting. That being said, what concerns do you have for the offense and defense heading into this game? Well, offensively, obviously, it starts with Jalen Hurts' health. I want to make sure I would love to be able to guarantee that he's going to have no limitations in his game. But at the end of the day, we don't really know all the details as it pertains to his health. So that's my main concern offensively is his health. Nothing else. Nothing else. There's nothing about this offense that concerns me in the slightest. I know for a fact AJ Brown is going to come back way stronger than he did in that Rams game. I know AJ is going to have a way better game. You know, he's not going to drop two passes like he did in that Rams game. So I ain't worried about that. So yeah, I'm not concerned about anything offensively except for Jalen Hurts' knee. As far as defensively, I got to be honest with you. I'm not concerned about much. I am curious about if Quinyon is going to be as effective, right? How will he be tackling? That's going to be really interesting to see. But I'm not concerned, if I'm being honest with you. Like, there's only one thing about this game that I'm concerned about. in the slightest. And that's just, Jalen Hurts' mobility, his health. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm concerned about. Nothing else. That may sound cliche. That may sound like it's, unrealistic, but I'm being honest with you guys. I can't lie to you guys. I'm only going to keep it real. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. Jalen Hurts making sure he's good to go. And he's going to play, but how it looks, you know what I mean? And Greeny back again says, and that's winning the Super Bowl, and that's why winning the Super Bowl is so important. As long as he's in this league, he will never be given the proper respect for the work he's done, all because he was drafted to a great situation. Listen, man, I try to tell people all the time, where you're drafted is more important than when you're drafted. Where you're drafted is significantly more important than when you're drafted. Just ask Caleb Williams. Ask Caleb Williams. Ask Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford wasted, like a good 10 years in Detroit? He wasted like a good 10 years in Detroit, did he not? Am I tripping? How long was Matthew Stafford in Detroit before they traded him? How long? I don't remember. Does anybody remember? But nonetheless, though, you're right, Greeny. At the end of the day, when you win a Super Bowl, they can't say shit to you. My man Chops, what's going on, Ant? He says, and thank you for the super chat. He says, they touched the Rocky statue, Tone. They don't know what they're asking for. 38-7. Never been more confident. Let's go finish the job. 2 more. Bro, I'm confident too. I saw that, and I'm like, okay, all right. Now they're getting cute. Now they're getting cute. It's all good, though. The pride before the fall. The pride before the fall, man. Pride always comes before the fall, man. Maurice, I saw, bro. Pride always comes before the fall. Always comes before the fall. Always. Don't you guys worry. God don't like ugly. And my man Infamous 2K with the healthy donation. Thank you for the donation, Infamous. I appreciate you, brother. Means a lot. Thank you for the donation. He says, how many quarterbacks do you genuinely think wouldn't win as much as Hurts wins if they had the same roster? Y'all talk like Hurts is the only one of 5 people who can win or something. See, here's my thing with people like Infamous, right? They talk about what if. They do a lot of what ifs. They do a lot of ifs. Ifs don't pay the bills. I can't speak on other dude situations. All I know is that at the end of the day, I've seen guys with talent not win in this league. I've seen guys have talent and still fold. We've seen it before. We've seen guys have the red carpet laid out and they fold. You know what I mean? And besides, Infamous is one of those guys who's how do you say, his disdain for Jalen Hurts runs deep in his DNA. His disdain for Jalen Hurts runs deep into his core. You know what I mean? So Infamous is one of those guys that I don't really waste too much time on trying to convince. He feels how he feels. But hey, free money is free money. I take it at the end of the day. But again, a lot of people talk about ifs and what's and who and where. Like, tell those other GMs to do better. Y'all make it seem like it's so easy. And let's be honest, if Jalen Hurts was as bad as y'all say he was, he still wouldn't win as much. You can only hide somebody who's ass for so long in this league. Let's be honest about this. Let's be honest about this. You can only hide guys who are ass for so long. You can let's be real. You can only hide guys for so long in this league. Let's be real about that. You can only hide guys for so long. Eventually they get found out. Eventually, they get found out. Eventually, they get found out. You can only hide guys for so long. But anyway, man, where are we? Make sure you guys smash that like button. It really means a lot to me. Make sure you guys continue to stay engaged in the content. We are about to close the show out. Let me do a quick rundown, like we talked about earlier, as it pertains to the health of the Philadelphia Eagles. So, just to give you guys a quick injury report update. Jalen Hurts, he's been a full participant all week. He's been dealing with that nagging injury to the left knee. And that's been something that that's been kind of a question mark all week long. A lot of people are questioning if Jalen Hurts will be as effective. We will find out. Only one way to find out. But Jalen Hurts has been a full participant all week in practice. So as far as I'm concerned, no limitations. Go out there and win the football game, brother. Go out there and win. Straight like that. Okay, now Cam Jurgens and Dallas Goedert. Cam Jurgens has been dealing with a back injury, and Dallas Goedert has dealt with an ankle injury. Both of those guys are obviously vital to the run game, obviously vital to what the Eagles want to do offensively. They missed practice on Thursday, and it's assumed that they missed Wednesday's walkthrough, but apparently both of them were spotted at practice today, Friday. So I'm willing to believe that both Cam Jurgens and Dallas Goedert will be available for Sunday's matchup. Right. So that's pretty much the latest as it pertains to injuries. Everybody else has been full participant or they've been resting. Also, I want to give a shout out to Nick Foles, man. Nick Foles will be the honorary captain for the NFC Championship game. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. I'm looking forward to that. Nick Foles will be in the building. Honorary captain for this game. It's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Nick Foles, Nick Foles is a legend in these streets. You feel me? Nick Foles is a legend. He ain't got to pay for another cheesesteak again. He ain't got to pay for another soft pretzel, another water ice. He ain't got to pay for another one ever again. You feel me? Shout out to Nick Foles. Super dope that he's going to be in the building to support the Philadelphia Eagles as they go for their second NFC championship in 3 years. And that, my friends, is no accident. That, my friends, is not coincidence or happenstance. You can't get carried that far. Eventually, you get found out. Eventually, you get exposed. This ain't that kind of situation. Let me get to my man, William Johnson, Super Chat. Thank you, Will, for the $20 Super Chat. I appreciate you, big dog. And make sure you guys continue to smash that like button. Also, I want to give another shout out to my people who are listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thank you guys so much for locking in. Make sure you guys give me a pretty good rating on there. Give me 5 stars. Give me a 5 out of 5 rating, whatever you got to do. Make sure you guys also comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Really helps the content grow. It means a lot to me, you guys. And also shout out to you guys who are listening after the fact on YouTube. Goes a long way. And by the way, you guys, just as a quick announcement, you guys, memberships will be dropping at any time this weekend. Memberships have been submitted for approval from YouTube. So if you guys want to continue to support Chalk It Up, if you guys want to continue to support me, Tone DeShields II, you guys can become members. You guys can join. That will be available sometime this weekend. I submitted my request for review last night, so YouTube should be getting back to me within the next 24 to 48 hours. So if you guys want to continue to be a part of Chalk It Up Nation, if you guys want to support the network, make sure you guys lock in. So we've only released one membership tier for now because we're going to gauge this thing little by little. So the first membership tier, it comes with exclusive badges, exclusive emojis that the members can use, and you also get member shout outs as well. I'm going to be very selective with my shout outs from this point forward. I'm going to be very selective with my shout outs from this point forward. But on tier number 1, you get exclusive badges, you get exclusive emojis that only you guys can use, and also you guys get members only shout outs. And as we get more members, as we get more members, we're going to have a tier 2, and then we're going to have members only live streams, members only call-in shows, right? But we only can get there if we get enough people to join our first tier, our tier number 1. So make sure you guys continue to stay locked in. Make sure you guys continue to support the channel anywhere you can. Listen, it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to give you guys a lot of options so you guys can support. You know, it's up to you guys, no pressure. But the first tier, it should be dropping at some point this season. Or some point this weekend, excuse me. It may drop tonight, it may drop tomorrow. I'm just waiting for YouTube to approve my my perks or whatever it may be. But nonetheless, man, let me get to the William Johnson super chats. And I got another super chat from my man Infamous with the $50 super chat. Infamous always shows love, no matter if we agree or disagree. And Grady is back with a super chat. So yeah, man, let's get to these real quick and then we getting out of here. Thank y'all so much for locking in on the content. All right, William. He says, "What up, Tone? People need to kill this foolishness about what quarterbacks can do what with this roster. The roster is built by a good GM. If your GM sucks, I'll have a Kleenex on deck so you can deal with it." Yo, listen. Well, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, right? That's one of the most in my opinion, that's one of the laziest takes. That's one of the laziest takes, man. That's one of the laziest takes. Like, okay, and our GM is good at his job. So, like, what do you want? What do you want me to do with that? Do you want me to feel bad? Do you want me to give my quarterback less praise? I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, well, I feel you on that. Thank you for the super chat, Well. Goldsmith Grady with the super chat. Thank you, Goldsmith. He says, these guys don't know football. This league is brutal on quarterback. Just look at what happened to Dimes. Even Cousins got benched. Only a handful keep a job. Hey, listen, man. Kirk Cousins had weapons, and he still couldn't get it done. And he had a pretty good defense. I'm just saying, man. Kirk Cousins had Drake London, Ray McLeod, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Algier. That offensive line had a pretty solid defense and still couldn't win the division. That's what I'm saying, right? Obviously, there's levels to talent. Obviously, Drake London isn't AJ Brown or Ray McLeod isn't Devontae Smith, but that's a really, really good supporting cast. We know Bijan, not Saquon, but that's a pretty good running back. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Pitts is a remarkable talent. We know the Falcons' offensive line isn't the Eagles, but damn, I felt like the Falcons, they had a pretty good chance this year to make some noise. And Kirk Cousins fumbled the bag. And there are many who would deem Kirk Cousins as more talented than Jalen Hurts because he has bigger numbers. I guess talent wasn't enough. Thank you for the super chat, Grady. And damn, Infamous cutting the check. See, Infamous. How can I put this? You know what Infamous like doing, yo? Let me tell y'all about Infamous. Infamous likes to put me in precarious situations. Infamous likes to put me in situations that I can't run from or that I can't ignore. I give him credit. Infamous puts me in situations that I can't backtrack from. Infamous likes to back me into a corner. He likes to back me into a corner, but it's all good. Shout out to Infamous, man. See, Infamous do this shit. I'm telling y'all, this is who he is. He'll talk all the shit in the world, and then he'll say, "Oh, he go 200." He go 200. Infamous is the type of dude. This is what you call. This is what you call an abusive relationship. This is what you call financial abuse. Let me get to these, man, because my man Infamous paid big money for these. Infamous, he says, thank you for the $49.99 super chat, the $50 super chat, man. The half a man. Thank you, big dog. He says Hurts has never had a 200 total yard. Hurts has never had 200 total yards in a playoff game that he's won. So yes, you can hide trash for a while because for most teams, that's not winning football from your quarterback. And how Eagles fans talk about Purdy getting carried, but can't say the same about Hurts. You know, man, me personally, I'm gonna speak for myself in this regard. Speaking for myself, I got to a point where I accepted Purdy for who he was. And I accepted that Purdy is maximizing his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I think Jalen Hurts is maximizing his opportunity. I think both quarterbacks are maximizing the opportunity. I really, really do. I think what separates them is the dual threat ability that Jalen Hurts has, right? The running ability adds to Jalen Hurts' skill set. And I think that's why many will put Jalen Hurts above Brock Purdy. But I was starting to come around on Brock Purdy. Me personally. I was coming around on Brock Purdy, and then this year it happened the way it happened, and you know, I mean, shit, life happens. But I was coming around on Brock Purdy. I know a lot of people still had their opinions about him, but I was coming around. Anyway, man, shout out to Infamous for the $49.99 super chat, and then he followed it up with a $100 super chat. See, again, financial abuse. Financial abuse. This is what you call financial abuse. He know damn well I'm gonna read this because I'm sturdy like that, and I ain't the type of dude to just take money and not answer the question or answer. You know what I mean? And look, he paid $100 and didn't even use all the characters. That's how you know. That's how you know this is financial abuse. He said, you know what? Here go $100. I don't even need all the characters. I don't even need all the text characters. Just read it. I want you to read it. You ain't running from this. Shout out to Infamous, man, with the $100 super chat. He says, I always show support, Tone. Disagree or agree. Always show love. Worst of luck to the birds this Sunday. Hell to the skin. See y'all Sunday. Infamous, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, yo. Oh, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button, man. Hey, listen, one thing I said about Infamous, man. If he gonna talk, he gonna make sure you hear him. He gonna make sure you hear him. That's a fact. He gonna make sure you hear him. Come hell or high water, you gonna read this comment. Shout out to Infamous, man. I'll read it again because he paid 100 bones for this. He says, I always support you, Tone. Disagree or agree. Always show love. Worst of luck to the birds this Sunday. Hail to the skins. See y'all Sunday, man. Hail to the skins, man. He funny. Hail to the skins. That's funny, man. Fly Eagles fly, motherfucker. Fly Eagles fly. Y'all got to come to the link. Buckle your chin strap. We going to be hitting today. Shout out to Infamous, though. I appreciate him. And my man War with the super chat, he says, if Hurts so trashed, then why all we do is win? Why do we have a losing record when he don't play? Good point. That's a good point, War. When he don't play, we lose. That's true. That's a very, very good point. When he doesn't play, we usually lose. Shout out to Kenny Pickett and Taylor McKee for dropping 40 on the Cowboys, though. But, War, I feel you on that, man. Thank you for the super chat, big dog. I really appreciate it. All right, you guys. I'm about to get out of here, man. Thank y'all so much for showing love to the show. Thank y'all for showing love to the content. My man Greeny back again with a super chat. He says, I think I need to start a YouTube channel. Find an op that can abuse me with money. Yo, Greeny, you out of pocket, man. Greeny, you crazy. That's funny, man. He says, I think I need to start a YouTube channel and find me an op that can abuse me with money. That's funny, man. Shout out to my man Green Ween, man. Shout out to him. Thank y'all so much for showing love to the channel. Means a lot. Thank y'all for being supporters of the channel. And also, by the way, you guys, I appreciate you guys for being a part of that poll that I did. Let me see if I can bring it up on screen here. Let me see if I can bring it up on screen. I appreciate a lot of you guys for participating in my poll. As it pertains to me talking about, other content other than sports. I know a lot of you guys know me to talk about sports and everything, right? I know a lot of you guys know me to talk about sports. And I really do appreciate you guys for locking in on my poll. Pause. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. Whoa, that's a major pause. That's a major pause. That's like hit the reset button type pause. That's like pour the game console out of the wall type pause. Whoa, that's a major pause. Let me just have a moment of silence for that one. Hold on. Let me just have a hold on. Let me walk that off. I gotta walk that off, y'all. Let me walk that off. Hold on. I gotta walk that off. I gotta walk that off. I gotta walk that off. Nah. That's a major pause. Major pause. That's flagrant. That was flagrant. Oh shit, that was flagrant. That was flagrant. That was flagrant. But anyway, you guys, thank you guys for participating in my survey. How about that? Thank you guys for participating in my survey. I have other interests, other than sports, right? I love anime. I love, fandom and pop culture and, movies and like superhero content, sci-fi action movies. I love that kind of shit, right? So, I was debating on adding that type of content to my channel, but I was doing some research and I read a lot of y'all comments. And even though a lot of you guys would definitely be interested in me talking about that stuff, the last thing I want to do is mess up my algorithm, right? A lot of you guys, really gave some really good comments, man. And with the comments, with the survey and everything, and all that kind of stuff. My plan is I'm just going to start a whole new channel. And we're going to talk about pop culture. We're going to talk about superhero movies and series. We're going to talk about anime. We're going to talk about fandom and nerd culture. We're going to get into all that. So I plan on starting a new channel and we're going to build that, because the last thing I want to do is I don't want to alienate you guys. I don't want to mess up my algorithms. You know what I mean? I don't want to mess up what we built here. I don't want to mess up what we built here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a separate channel for all of that stuff. Right? And then we'll be able to talk about it over there. So when I do start that channel, Infamous, I'm definitely ready for Reacher. I'm ready for that. But when I do talk about that stuff, I would love for you guys to migrate over to that new channel that I'm building. And I feel like it'd be real dope to kick it with you guys and talk about, pop culture and, series and movies and superheroes and, comic book movies and anime and all that nerd shit. You know what I mean? I feel like that'd be dope. I love action movies. I love sci-fi movies. I love fantasy movies. I'm really into like Lord of the Rings. I'm really into, anime, and I'm really into like DC Marvel shit. You know what I mean? I'm really into all that kind of stuff. Like, so, I'm just gonna start a separate channel, and hopefully you guys support that. And I appreciate you guys for locking in. Also, real quick, I'm gonna get to these final super chats. My man African Surf with the super chat. Thank you, Surf. I appreciate the love and I appreciate the support, Surf. Thank you so much. And also, shout out to my man War back again with the super chat. He says Slade just said this 85% his last game Sunday. Hey, man. Hey, Slade been talking about it all year. He's been talking about it all year. I think this is going to be Slade's last season. He's been talking about it all year. So it was going to be really interesting to see about that. Nonetheless, though, thank you guys for locking in on the content. Thank you guys for being supporters of the channel. Make sure you guys continue to smash that like button. It means a lot to me. It goes a long way. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II, and you guys are tuned in, or were tuned in rather, to Chalk It Up Sports on the Chalk It Up Network, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.